Yes, teacher.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to share again my screen. Let's take this one. Okay, so in this text, you can find British people, You can find UK, no? UK, British people again, British government, no? So we know that we are talking about the UK, no? The United Kingdom. When we talk about the United Kingdom, we are talking about England, Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. No? And Scotland, 4 countries. The United Kingdom is or consists of 4 countries: British or England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. Yes, that's okay. And they are talking about the holidays in a special season, no? The holidays in summer. And that or those holidays are in July or August, especially in July, okay? They say that the working people, the people who work, take a 2-week holiday, a 2-week holiday. They have 2 weeks on vacations, 2 weeks in vacation during the summer. Why? Why do you think that there are so many people that can rest or can take a break during 2 weeks? Anyone knows what is the reason? Why in the UK people can have or people can take 2-week holiday? Anyone knows? No, it's because of the hot, because of the heat or the hot. You can say heat or hot. Both are synonyms, okay? Because the hot or the heat is so much that you don't work, you don't study in this term, in this period. This period, you don't work, you don't study. The schools are closed. Many offices are closed because there is too much heat. There is too much heat in that summer. Okay, that's why they take advantage of this term, of this period, in order to take their vacations. They have to take their vacations. And here in Colombia, it's not because of the hot, but in June and July is our vacations, no? It's our vacations. Paula Alejandra, are you on vacations now?
Yes, teacher.
How many weeks do you have?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay, 2 weeks. What about you, Valentina? Are you on vacations?
No, teacher.
No, you're not on vacations?
No, I'm working.
Okay, are you working? But do you have vacations at the end of the year?
Yes.
Okay. How many days?
Mm, so 14?
14 days.
14 days.
Okay. And what do you usually do on vacations?
It's next to Christmas, so with the family in the house.
Okay. At home. You stay at home with your family.
Yes.
Okay. And you, John, how many weeks or how many days do you have on vacations?
In June?
No, John, sorry, John.
2 weeks. In this moment, I on vacation.
Okay, right now you are on vacation. You have 2 weeks. This one and the next one.
This week and the next week.
Okay. And what do you usually do on your vacations?
On vacations, I share with my family.
Okay, with your family.
Yes. In this moment, I am
yes.
share with my wife, and the next week I share with my parents.
With your parents. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, yes. I have a brother in Cali, and I have a sister in San Pablo, Nariño.
Okay, what about you, Paula? Do you have any brothers or sisters?
No, teacher. I am only kid.
Okay, you are the only one. You are the baby of your house.
Yes.
Okay. And is it good or bad? What do you think?
I think that is very good.
Yes? Why? Why do you say that? Because you can have anything?
Yes. Because I am the only.
Yes.
So my parents give me that I want.
Give you all that you want. All that you want. You can have all that you want because you are the favorite one. You are the only one. You are the favorite. You are the chosen.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay. And Valentina, do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one brother and one sister.
Okay, your sister. Regarding your sister, is she younger or older?
Older.
Older than you. How old is she?
I believe that 20 years.
20 years. Okay. Is she working or studying?
She's working.
She's working. Okay. Paula, do you like vacations? Do you like?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
I like.
And what can you do on vacations that you usually don't do?
I usually study, reading, go to the park or cinema. I don't wake up early.
Okay. Do you? Okay, continue.
And that's it.
Okay, and do you like to travel on vacations?
Yes.
Where do you like to go?
I would like go to other place of the country. For example, el Amazonas or Cartagena
Okay.
or other place.
Okay. John, if you had the opportunity, if you have the opportunity to travel on vacations to a Colombian place, what place would you like to travel?
I like to travel Cartagena again because I traveled 2 years ago, and I like this place.
Okay. How did you travel? By bus, by car,
Eh,
by plane,
by plane.
by plane.
Yes.
Okay. And did you
Eh,
go to Cartagena and Santa Marta or only Cartagena?
Cartagena 2 years ago, and Santa Marta 1 year ago.
Ah,
But
yes.
Cartagena was an best experiences because I had the opportunity to visit for first time with my parents, and they uh, do not know the sea.
Okay, so that was the first time you saw the sea.
Yes,
Okay, so that was a good experience.
good
And
experience.
if you had the opportunity, you'd like to go to Cartagena again, right?
Yes, Cartagena again.
Okay. How many days did you stay in Cartagena?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
Okay, 4 days. Okay. Valentina, have
Tell
you
me.
traveled by plane?
Yes.
Where did you go?
Where?
Yes, where?
To Cartagena,
Okay.
to Santa Marta, Panamá, Tolú, Coveñas.
If you had the opportunity to travel on vacations to a Colombian place, what did you choose?
Amazonas.
Yes. Okay. Why? Why do you like so much?
Because I don't know Amazonas, and I like the animals that are at display. The nature is something new for me.
Okay, something new, something different, no? Because, for example, Toulouse, Santa Marta, Cartagena is
Yes,
like people say beach and sun, no? Beach and sun.
exactly.
Okay, so the Amazon is completely different because the culture and the places are very, very different.
And the food,
Okay, the food, okay, you have to eat fish, but a different fish, no? Different fish.
yes.
It's not the common one. Okay. Paula, the same question. If you had the opportunity to travel to a Colombian city, a Colombian place, what would you choose?
I will choose Medellin or Cali
Okay. Do
because
you know or have you been to Medellin and Cali? Have you been to?
no,
No, never.
no.
Okay. If you have to choose one of them, what do you prefer, Cali or Medellin?
I prefer Medellin.
Okay, Medellin.
Yes,
And is there any reason for that?
because I don't know this city, and I would like know this city because it's a culture or different traditions or the food.
For the food. Okay. John, have you been to Medellin?
No, teacher. I don't know Medellin.
Okay. Me neither. I haven't never been to Medellin, but I have heard good news about that city. I know that it's a very touristic place, but I have already heard that it's a very expensive city. It's a very expensive city. You have to take too much money in order to visit that city because everything is expensive. The food, the transport, everything is very expensive. I don't know Cali. I have never been to Cali, to Medellin. I like Cartagena a lot. I think that's a very touristic and a very interesting city that I have been there, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times, and I would like to go there again. Okay, let's see a little the text. In Europe, they say that the most popular holiday locations for British people, for the people in the UK, include Spain, France, Greece, and the USA. Okay, so for example, here in Colombia, the people go to Cartagena, to Santa Marta, to Tolú, Coveñas, Medellín, Eje Cafetero.
Yeah.
Those are the popular holiday locations. In Europe, for especially British people, they can go to Spain, to France, to Greece easily. They can go from one country to another country very, very easy. They can go using or by train, no? They can go by train from Spain to France, from France to Italy. It's very easy. That's why when they have vacations, they can go to any of these locations. And the other one is the USA. Okay, so but it's a little more difficult for them. When you hear lots of people, you can say a lot of people, or you can say lots of people. No, it's the same. Lots of people buy a package holiday, which includes flights, hotel, and an apartment. In your case, John, when you travel, what do you prefer? To stay at the hotel or to stay at an apartment? John.
I prefer a apartment if I go with several members of my family because it's very cheap. And a hotel if I go with my wife or alone.
Okay, when you go alone or when you go with your wife, you prefer to be at the hotel.
The hotel.
It's more expensive, but you don't have to do anything. Okay. For example, you don't have to cook. You go to the
Yes,
to the
for this
restaurant
reason.
and that's all.
For this reason.
Okay.
Because when several members of family is most cheap to cook the foods.
Yes, that's right. Nowadays, there are too many people who used to do that, no? To rent an apartment, instead of a stay at a hotel because it's cheaper.
Yes.
And as John said, when you go with your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, an uncle, an aunt, many relatives, you can cook the breakfast, for example, or the dinner, okay? It means that you're going to spend less money. Okay, and Valentina, I suppose I don't have to ask this question because I know the answer, but I'm going to do it. Do you prefer to stay at a hotel or an apartment, Valentina, when you travel?
Depend. Because I always travel with my family or friends, but it depends on the activities we do.
Okay.
So if I go at the beach or activities that we are going more in the street, I prefer the hotel because they're prepared the food and only things that we need. So it's more, I don't know, relax or for 2 days. I don't know. It depends. So we prefer the apartment.
Okay, the apartments. And what about you, Paula?
Teacher, I agreed with Valentina. It depends because in the hotel, there are places like swimming pool or restaurants is bigger than the apartment. But the other hand, the apartment is more personalized.
Okay, yes.
It's smaller than the hotel.
Okay, I agree with Valentina regarding the benefits of the apartment. In an apartment, you have maybe a wider space. You have a bedroom or many bedrooms. You have a living room. You have a kitchen. Maybe sometimes we need water, so we can take the water from the fridge. We don't have to go to the restaurant, or we don't have to go to the supermarket, the nearest supermarket, in order to take your water. No, you can cook something for the breakfast. I think to rent an apartment is very easy nowadays. It's very easy, and it has a lot of benefits. Many people nowadays are renting an apartment. That's why some websites like Airbnb is well known today, because too many people are doing this. Too many people are renting the apartments, okay? And too many people are taking advantage of these of their houses, of their apartments, and they look at their apartments as a business. No? You can earn money. So sometimes it's good to be at the hotel. Sometimes it's better to be at an apartment. Ship flights. Let's continue. Here it says ship flights, no, to warm places mean that many British people are able to spend 2 weeks a year relaxing in the sun. No? People from Europe, after the winter, they are very tired of the winter, of the cold. So that's why he waits for the summer, and they go to take the sun. They go to, or they prefer to go to the sun. They prefer to go to the beach to relax, to take the sun. Okay, but that's because of the cold. No, they had 3 months very, very cold, no? In winter. They don't do too many things. They can't do too many things because of the weather, of the cold. So when the summer arrives, they want to go to the beach. They want to go to take the sun. They want to go to relax. Okay. Nowadays, here in Colombia, it's more usual to look up or look for ship flights, no? For ship flights. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 10, 50 years ago, people are not used to prepare or to plan the vacations, no? People didn't plan the vacation. They didn't used to plan the vacations. They say one day, okay, we are going to Cartagena, let's go. But nowadays, people plan the vacation. For example, we are in June, and many people, families are planning their vacations in December. Right now, they are already doing the plan. Okay. Do you, John, do you usually plan your vacations with
Yes,
so many
teacher.
times? With
Yes,
so much
teacher.
time, sorry? Yes?
Yes, approximately with 6 months of the difference because it in my the most time is very cheap.
Okay, yes, it's cheaper.
The plane,
It's
yes,
cheaper. It's
it's
cheaper.
cheaper. It's cheaper.
It's cheaper. To plan the vacation is cheaper, no? It's
Yes.
different when you say in December the 1st, okay, we are going to Cartagena. Let's find an
Expensive.
apartment, let's find a flight. No, it's more expensive.
More
But if we
expensive.
plan the vacations with 3, 4, 5, until 6 months anticipation, you can find better prices. Okay, that's
Yes.
right. Valentina, in your family, do you usually plan your vacations?
And sometimes it depends if we travel by plane to buy the tickets. But we also like to go out at any time. So we go in the car and we try to stay in any apartment or Airbnb in any place.
Okay, you said a very interesting thing. You said that when we travel, oh my gosh, when we travel by plane, no? When we want to travel by plane, we need to prepare, we need to plan, we need to look for the tickets.
Yeah.
So it's very, very important to take time in order to get a cheaper or cheap flights, right? That's
Yeah.
very important. It's different when you travel by car, no? When you travel by car, you don't have to prepare too many things. Maybe you only have to plan where you are going to stay. If you're going to stay at a hotel or if you're going to rent an apartment, but no more. But when you are going to travel by plane, yes, you have to look for websites in order to find good options to travel, good tickets with a good price. Okay, and let me see here. Flights and package holidays. This is very interesting too, package holidays. When we say the package holidays, we are talking about the hotel, the food, the flight, everything, no? Sometimes we don't like to plan our vacations. We don't like to look for the tickets, to look for a hotel, to look for an apartment, to look for the restaurant when we are going to eat. And we just pay a package holiday. Do you, John, tell me do you travel or have you traveled buying a package holiday?
In some times, I travel with a package. In some times, no, because the package usually have some places, and I, for example, want to visit another places. It's best no package. In when you want to visit the places, the package is great.
Okay, so as you have said, Valentina, Paula, and John, it depends on the trip, no? It depends on the trip. It depends on the trip where we are going to, no? If we are going to, I don't know, a place like San Andres, maybe the package holiday is a good option. Because there in San Andres, you don't have too many options. You don't have too many activities to do. On a package holiday is a good option because you are going to have the dinner, the hotel, the 2 or 3 activities you're going to do, the visit to Johnny Cage, the visit to, I don't know, to the touristic places there. But for example, when you want to go to Cartagena, Santa Marta, you have too many options. You have too many options, too many activities to do, too many places to visit. And to travel with a package holiday, maybe it's not so good option there because they are going to tell you, okay, today we are going to go to that place. At night we are going to do that thing. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. you have to be there in order to go to that place. And that's not very good option in places like Cartagena because there you have the opportunity to visit different places, different touristic places to do different activities. And maybe you can spend more money, but you can enjoy more if you do what you really want in those places. So I agree with you. It depends on the trip. No? It depends on the place we are going to go. We are going to visit. Finally, in this text, they say that the British government is worried that some young people are missing school to go on holiday. Why? Because flights and package holidays are much cheaper during school term time, no? During school term time, the flights and the package holidays are much cheaper, no? You spend less money if you travel in the school term time, not on vacations, no? Because you have to think about that, no? For example, if John wants to go to Cartagena, you have to take into account the time, okay? If you go in June, it's cheaper or more expensive? What do you think? If you want to go to Cartagena in June, it's
In
cheaper
June,
or?
Expensive.
I believe expensive
Okay,
because
June is expensive, that's
yes,
right. But if you want to go to Cartagena in August, it's going to be cheaper, no? It's going to be cheaper in
yes,
August, no? Because there are not many tourists. There are not many tourists in that term or in that period of the year, in that month. Okay, so we have to take into account that. And British government was worried about some young people are missing school. They miss the school. They prefer to go to travel instead of going to the school. And what happened as a result of that? Parents who take their child on holiday during the term time now can pay a fine of up to 100 pounds. So any one of you can tell me what is a fine? What do you understand for a fine? Nobody? John, Valentina, or Paula, do you know what is a fine?
No, no, teacher.
monto.
What?
monto o suma, algo así.
Monto, suma, it's something related to money. It's something related to money, but that's not the monto or suma, but it's something related to money. It's in Spanish, we can say multa. Multa. Okay. So parents who take their child on holiday during term time in school now pay a fine of up to 100 pounds. Okay, you can take your children to vacations during the school, but you have to pay a fine. Okay, okay, that's like a punishment. That's like a punishment because the children are missing school. So the British government had to do that. What was the reason? Because the flights and the package holidays are much cheaper in that school term time. So when we want to travel, we have to take into account, we have to bear in mind too many things, okay? Where are we going? Okay. Who are we going with? How much money are we going to spend? No? What activities, what are we going to do? Okay. And we are going to finish doing a simple exercise. Let's see here, this one. You are going to, each one of you is going to answer these questions in a with short sentences. Where will you go on vacation? When will you go? How will you travel? How much money will you spend? Who will you go with and what will you do there? You're going to tell me. For example, where will you go on vacations? I will go to Cartagena. Where will you go? When? I will go in December. How will you travel? I will travel by plane. How much money will you spend? I will spend 2 million. Who will you go with? I will go with my mother. What will you do there? I will surf. I will take the bath. I will relax. That's all. Okay. Very easy. So, John, you are the first one. Let's do it. Let's answer these questions.
I don't know, but I think possible. Possible Santa Marta or Guajira. I don't know. I am not decided yet.
Okay. When? When will you go?
And in December, on December,
How will you travel?
by plane,
By plane. How much money will you spend?
I will spend 3 millions of pesos.
3 millions Colombian pesos. Remember that
Colombia.
when we say the money, we say Colombian pesos, we say dollar or US dollars. Who will you go with, John?
With my wife and my parents.
And finally, what will you do there?
I visit and now different places.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay, remember that here in these sentences, we are using will, no? What tense is that? Will? Present,
Will.
past, or future?
Future.
Okay, so you are going to answer the questions using future. Will, or you can also use going to, no? In English, you can use will or going to in order to talk about the future. You can say, for example, I will go to Cartagena, or you can say, I am going to Cartagena, okay? Okay, Valentina, now it's your turn. Where will you go on vacations?
I will go to Europe
Europe, okay. When will you go?
in September.
How will you travel?
I will try in plane.
By plane.
By plane.
Okay. How much money will you spend?
20 millions.
Who will you go with?
With my parents.
What will you do there in Europe?
I believe visit museums and tourist sites.
Okay, and the last one, Paula. Paula, let's
Yes,
answer these questions. Where will you go on vacations?
I will go to Armenia.
Okay, when will you go?
I will go on November.
In November. In
On
order to say the month, you use in January, in February, in March, in November, in December, okay?
in November, yes.
Okay, how will you travel?
I will travel by plane.
Yes, that's right. When we use the transport media, you say, or you use the preposition by car, by bus, by train, by plane. Good. Now, how much money will you spend?
Maybe 4 or 5 millions.
4 or 5 millions. Okay. Who will you go with?
I will with my whole family.
Your own family. Okay. And what will you do there in Armenia? What will you do in Armenia?
I will do for relax, have fun, and know there.
What was the last one? Relax,
Have
have
fun,
fun, and what?
know there.
No, I don't understand.
Now,
No, there?
know there.
Okay, so John maybe is going to Santa Marta. Valentina is sure that she will go to Europe and she will know so many museums, some touristic places or touristic sites. And Paula will go or will travel to Armenia. Okay, that was very interesting to know the ideas you have for vacations. John and Paula, we are on me. No, John and Paula are on vacation, but Valentina and me, we are not on vacations. We have to work a lot these days. In my case, I have vacations on, oh no, in January, until January. I'm going to have my vacations in January because I have to work from February to December. And in January, all the month, I have to be, I will be on vacations. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think this is the time in order to plan the vacations for December and January, because we can find cheap flights, we can find cheap hotels, or we can find cheap apartments if we want to rent one. Okay, guys, so that's all for today. I'm going to stop sharing the PowerPoint presentation. And as always, it was a pleasure to be with you. We see you next Wednesday at 11 a.m. if you are available. And happy sweet dreams. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Bye-bye, teacher. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.